That's a fish. Guys are just chomping. Got him. Got him. All right, everyone. So today we're going to be fishing a pond that I have not fished since probably before the start of this channel. So I do have to say, I'm a little skeptical. This pond is so pressured, but I do know there are absolute freaking giants in here. And today we're going to be using a bait that many of you have probably used. I personally haven't, and that is the G-Crack bellows gill. This is the watermelon red flake, 3.8 inch. We're keeping it simple. We're gonna throw it on a free rig. We're gonna drag it on the bottom, and we're gonna see what we can dangle on up. I'm super stoked for this. If you guys have ever used G-Crack or ever wanna try it, go over to Copper State Marine and Tackle, use code DREW10 to save you a little bit of money at checkout, and let's quit wasting time. Let's get out there and let's go crank a giant. All right, y'all. So first time ever opening up a pack of anything from G-Crack for the matter, but first time opening it up for the bellows gill. Interesting. All right, got a little Frito smelling bait right here. So we have a BKK Chimera 4i EWG, and we have a fat pack bait, little free rig weight right here. Gotta love that. We're going with 1/4 ounce, going fairly light. Plastic's fairly interesting feeling. Kind of like it. Let's see. I know people have absolutely slayed on this thing. I mean, that is unique as all can be. Little bluegill, little crustacean. This thing could resemble anything. Absolutely anything. Let's go check out the local urban pond. I think I actually have one video here. I think it's my 3rd video ever on the channel. I was using like a trick worm, and I think I pulled 3 or 4 fish out of here. That video is probably like 4 years old at this point. All right, if we catch a fish on this pretty quick, oh man, I'm gonna be beyond stoked. So any sort of bass should be kind of close to the bank, and you know, just doing their thing. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to drag this thing, pop it. I know it's probably based upon how you have it rigged, so we're just gonna drag the sucker on the bottom. Almost treat it like a Texas rig or a jig. But we will see what we can scrape on up here. And I actually have pliers. When I just stopped at Copper State Tackle, I picked up some pliers, so we are not plier-less. Because one thing about these ponds, you can definitely scrape up some catfish too on some bass lures. I know we'll probably get bit by some like little 1-pounders, stuff like that, you know, but I have a good feeling that we're probably gonna stick at least a 4. Right before the storm comes in, got some storm clouds from the north and the east. The wind's coming from the west. Kind of interesting how that wind's coming from the west, but the storms are coming in from the other side. Just a big old whirlpool up in the air right now, pretty much. What are we gonna be able to do? It is windy today. We gotta get a little bite going with this wind. That wind should be churning up all the bait fish, getting some of the bass going, you know. They should be feeling that pressure. Go on a little feed bag before the storm rolls on in. Rip it over onto that bank, roll it off that bank, almost as if we're fishing from a boat. Screw it. Give it a shot. Maybe the fish are staged up on that end of the bank. Oh, that felt weird. Is that a fish right there? Or did I bump a car? I got thoinked, whatever. I can't even talk, y'all. I got absolutely annihilated right there. Did you guys see that freaking rod tip? Oh my God. I thought that was a bite initially, but I could not tell 100%. Oh my gosh, I got just, well, bam, shellacked, slurped. Let's get that back in that zone. Maybe there's a bed up there. I mean, all that water does rush down. I bet that this bank over here just gets hit all the time. People are just casting parallel with this bank and constantly catching those fish. So ripping from across the pond, since we can reach it, I bet there's a few free fish to catch, and we got annihilated and missed him. Come on, Drew. It's a different style of a hookup ratio than, look at that, just freaking shellacked it. Twisted that bait all around. Man, that's wild. All right. So I think my theory is correct. Ignore the noise. That's a fish. Got him. Got a fish on the bellows gill. Stay down, buddy. Stay down. First fish on the bellows gill. He took a hard landing for me, but hey, we got him. Thank you for the bite, buddy. You smoked it. Boom. I kind of lied. He didn't smoke it. He just kind of inhaled it. I felt the pressure, and then I was like, all right, we have a fish on. Now we really have to wait and allow him to eat it. I mean, look how he just destroyed that thing. There we go. He got that all twisted up, but we got it all untwisted. All right, first fish down. That's the first fish ever on the bellows gill. Super sick, not a big one by any means, but a fish nonetheless. And that fish was probably about 10 feet off the bank. So probably I'd say sitting in about 3 foot of water. All right, y'all, so we've been out here for about 30 minutes. We only have the one fish so far. There's another section of this pond that I do want to fish and give a shot with this bait, but we still have the entire walk back. We got bit a bunch of times. Like I said, we did stick the one fish. So we're gonna still take our time. We're gonna catch a few more here, and then we're gonna go to the next spot, crank a few more. So stay tuned, don't give up just yet, and let's go crank them. That's a fish. Got him. Feels like a pretty good one, y'all. Does. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good fish. Come on, stay on, buddy. Come on, stay on, buddy. G-crack bellow gill. It ain't giant, but it's a fish. And he's pretty healthy, if you ask me. Look at that, barely pinning him. Barely. I mean, I had him pinned okay. I don't think he was gonna come off unless he had a wild jump. But a nice little urban LMB right there. We cannot complain about that, y'all. We love this stuff. It's what we do. Thanks for the bite, buddy. Please subscribe after me finally sticking a fish. I would appreciate it. My goodness, what a struggle that was. All right. Let's reset, let's recoup, let's get a new battery in the GoPro and catch another. This thing gets bit like no other. I gotta figure out how to hook the fish with it. That's my thing. I'm struggling with the hookup ratio, but that's completely my fault. I'll figure that out in time, and we have a fish. I just reeled up and we had a fish. Not big at all, but yeah, another sick, healthy little LMB. Check that out. Beautiful little healthy bass, I'll tell you what. Just scrapping. They're all scrappy. Oh man, thank goodness I decided to get those pliers. I'll tell you what, if I didn't get those pliers, I would have been not so good right there. Incredible too with the scent. That scent is still on there, which is pretty wild because a lot of times when you catch fish on a lure, the scent incrementally like kind of comes off, but not with this. This thing is intense. Fritos for days. There were a handful of fish up there, up on that bank. They probably are sitting right there, right on the edge of where, oh, we just got bit again. Son of a gun. Little guys. but they're probably just sitting kind of on this edge right here, just roaming back and forth where this little spillway is coming down. Just got to rip that bait all the way across, literally hit the bank. If you can, get it in the grass on the other side, and then kind of just drop it straight into the water. There's still a lot of fish up there, but they're just, I think they're getting a little more finicky. Hoping that's, oh, that's a biter. Got one. Got him. I'm having a really swing on him though, y'all. Oh, that's a better one. That is a much better fish. That is a much better fish. He looked a lot better when he came up. He was a little butterball. Nope, same size, but man, when he came up, he looked so much bigger. Check that out. Look at those freaking lipsticks right there. That is some red lip right there. Guys are just chomping away at crustaceans. So sick. That's 4 fish on the bellows gill. I mean, this thing is just thrashed. But I genuinely want to see if I can get one more. I mean, this bait is durable. It's been through some better days for sure, but it is still hanging in there. All right, y'all, so we got 5 fish up so far. This bellows gill is absolutely getting doinked. I've probably had 10 to 12 bites, and I only have 5 fish up, and a couple of the bites felt really good. But then again, it's a little bit bigger profile for these pond bass, so I think that they're just absolutely hammering it. We're gonna start walking back. The wind will not stop, but that wind could help us in the long term. We're gonna walk back. We're gonna possibly go to another pond and try to catch a few more fish. Stay tuned. Let's go get them. Just dragging this thing on the bottom as slowly as I possibly can. I mean, these fish in this entire body of water right here have seen everything. Whether it is grubs, catfish bait, carp bait, you know, all sorts of swim baits, jigs, cranks, dark sleepers, jerk baits, everything. It is insane on probably all of the lures that these fish have seen. So to be able to catch a fish out of here, sometimes you got to go ultra slow. First thing in the morning, you can still pull a couple moving fish, and I'm sure you can during the day too, but all right, come on, just one fish out of here. Got him. Just slow rolling. That bellows gill, just cranking it in, and this fish came out of nowhere and absolutely smoked it. And this fish has been up in this little canalway for a while. You can tell because he is so dark, but he won't let me grab him because he is ridiculously feisty. Check that out, beautiful. Actually, this fish is in pretty good shape. Super healthy fish right there. Super sick. Thank you for the bite, dude. Bellows gill continuing to catch those largies. Thank you for the bite, dude. That is insane. And that was the last eat that bellows gill could handle. All right, y'all, so we are done with today's video. It was super fun. A little bit frustrating every now and then because we ended up getting a ton of bites and ended up losing a ton of fish. But that bellows gill right there, I mean, it did work. I was able to even retrieve it in and I caught a fish. So, I mean, multiple ways you can fish with this thing. That free rig definitely got the most bites, hands down. I don't know, we probably missed like 7 or 8 fish, maybe even more, who knows? Because at first I thought that I was bumping a bunch of carp and pleco and stuff like that on the bottom. But the rod of choice today was the Okuma Ceros 7-foot medium heavy, paired up with that Okuma Epixer reel, 15-pound fluorocarbon. Gotta love it, super simple. And man, I'll tell you what, these bellow gills were truly something else. And look, after all of that today, we used a total of 2 and we still got 3 left. So they're beyond durable, they get big, and you know, I know they're capable of catching big fish. So check them out, go over to Copper State, use code DREW10 to save a little bit of money at checkout, and we shall see you guys next time on the channel.